Hello everyone, Triple here, and I'm here with another episode of the NNDL, and it's the long-awaited match against Calion. We've both been kind of just waiting for this match. Also, my Week 8 opponent has been gone for a while, so I'm getting a forfeit win for that. So we're on to Week 9 now, which Calion has been in his, for the last few weeks I've seen it, in his status, he's been counting down to this day, so that it's gonna be a really cool battle. He has one of the more interesting drafts, and in my opinion one of the strongest drafts in this season. He has Galarian Darmanitan, Mega Lopunny, Corviknight, Victini, Primarina, who I know is a huge threat, Silvally, Flygon, Raichu, Alola, and Simisage. Some very interesting picks here. Stuff like Primarina and Raichu are actually really a big problem to my team, not gonna lie. And the thing is also his Silvally. His Silvally can be any type, which makes it very hard to predict. But my strategy this week is kind of not so much based on his team. Well, it's still based on his team, but it's based on a Discord message we had a while back. We talked about the drafts a few times, and I mentioned that I wanted to use Bellydrum Chestnut. And he said, and I quote, "Do it against me for the content." And at the time I wrote it off. But then I started looking into it. And besides the fact that we've talked about it, so I don't think he'll expect it, Bellydrum Chestnut does really well versus his team. Really, really well. Almost everything get one shot. I just need to get it in a way where it's preferably versus for instance versus the Primarina. I would want to scare Primarina out, or maybe the Flygon, something like that. Maybe even actually the Lopunny. I want to scare that out into Corviknight, get up my sub, and then Bellydrum. Thunder Punch 100% kills it's by a little bit, but it has like a 98% chance to kill a max defense Corviknight. So it's very good. I'm ignoring the first two for a bit. And Shadow Claw deals with Victini. And if I can get webs up, nothing is faster than Select Berry Chestnut. Also, I had to make some last second changes because I didn't have the 12 HP EVs, which 12 HP EVs are needed for Substitute plus Bellydrum to activate my Select. So, and beyond that, almost everything on his team is too fragile to deal with Thunder Punch Shadow Claw. So, very hard for him to deal with. Also, it'll outspeed Primarina, so it can't Moonblast me or something. And I'm bulky enough that I can take a fake out from Lopunny and not take more than 25%. First impression doesn't do all too much versus me unless it's banned. So all in all, Chestnut kind of bodies him if I get it in right. And that's the whole plan of this. I want to make the situation so that it can sweep him. To do that, I have Rotom, which Rotom is here to deal with actually a lot of things. Kind of the Raichu, because Raichu can't really hurt as well. The Simisage, of course. A Silvally of a type that's not very effective versus it. And Flygon, because Flygon can't ground move this. And I can potentially Toxic it. And the whole idea of this is I'm gonna spread around status. I was thinking Defog, but someone actually pointed out to me that he has no hazards at all. Like, not a single one. So I don't really need defog. So I decided to go with Toxic, Volt Switch, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp. Pain Split is just very useful in having it live longer. And this is basically just here to like weaken the entire team, because a lot of the things that come in on Toxic are weak to Wisp and vice versa. Like, if I can Wisp the Corviknight, that's very good, but I can Toxic the Primarina, stuff like that. Mega Mawile, I kind of just have to bring it each week because it's so solid. Sucker Punch deals with the Victini, especially if it's like Scarf Victini. I can Sucker Punch it and likely kill it, and otherwise just do a lot of damage. Iron Head also very, very good versus like almost his entire team. I think Lopunny takes also a big chunk of that, and the only ones that resist that are Victini, who of course Sucker Punch, Primarina, Flygon, which Flygon I guess, but I'll be behind the sub hopefully, and also Raichu, who also dies to Sucker Punch, and I have Thunder Punch for Corviknight and Primarina. So that should be enough to, like, I don't expect it to do big things, I just wanted to get in damage. We have the Chestnut, which we talked about in detail, and then Cricketune. Cricketune is interesting, and I think, because I talked about this with CT, who was in an older season of the draft, we've been like strategizing a lot together, and this is going to be my lead. And I'm kind of hoping that Cal respects me to the point that he expects me not to lead it. But even if he like leads the counter, I can get my webs up, which my game plan this week is all around like negating defog, so I can keep my webs up. I have sticky webs. If he then switches to Corviknight, I can Infestation, Perish Song on like an attack, Protect, and the funny thing is, I can then Sticky Webs on the last turn when he is forced to switch out. Which is very useful. That way Corviknight is out of the way while I still have webs up. And if he does want to get rid of the webs, he dies to Perish Song. But I've been wanting to use Perish Song Cricketune for a long time, so it's really handy here. Jellicent. Jellicent is another very interesting one. First off, Darmanitan, if it's Scarf, it outspeeds my Lando. If it's not Scarf, if it's Scarf, it beats my Lando, but it won't be able to beat my Jellicent. Same with the Victini. If it's Scarf Recreate, it won't do too much to Jellicent since I'm max defense. Also, Lopunny can do a lot to me, and Strength Up is very annoying for him. But the biggest deal of this, it kind of only has 3 switch-ins, which are the Simisage, which might come. The thing is, I have Rotom and Mawile and Dragalge, so I don't see Simisage as much. It could come. It's a fast moment. But the other 2 counters are Primarina because of its typing, and Corviknight because it has recovery. Now, Primarina, I would want to have Toxic, which if I can just like literally click raw Toxic. If it turns out he switches to Corviknight, I can trick the Iron Ball to it, which puts it on the ground and makes it free game for Landorus. If I hit Victini or Darmanitan with it, that's also pretty good, because that just means they'll be slowed down and can't stop my Chestnut as well. So that's also there to stop that from happening. And then I have the Strength Tap, which his team really doesn't like, and Hex. Hex, since I'm spreading status around as much, Hex is going to be very good. And it's also a way I can beat Corviknight if I have it like wisped. But most importantly, this way I don't like lose to Victini or Primarina. Primarina setting up is definitely a thing I'm scared of. We do have like coverage for it, but it's still pretty scary. And then this Landers. This Landers is very interesting. It is here to just Earthquake. Like, that's just what it does. I have Scarf Earthquake late game, destroys him. He has 2 counters to it. Simisage is too much of a glass cannon for it. So only Flygon and Corviknight, and I'm hoping to ground at least one and kill the other. So late game Earthquake is amazing versus him. U-turn also on a Scarflando makes sense. But then the last 2 slots I had free, and I started looking through the move pool it learns. I didn't get Roar like I wanted, but I saw Imprison, and at first I was like, okay, that's not really useful information. I guess I can like deny Corviknight a U-turn or Lopunny a U-turn, something like that. But then I thought, this thing gets Defog. If I want to get keep my webs up, Defog is the main way to do that. He has no rapid spinners. So if I can imprison like the Corviknight, or even imprison the Flygon, because Flygon has Earthquake and U-turn and Defog, that just means it can't do a single thing, which pretty huge, all things considered. So it could be really handy in a pinch. Plus it's also just like really cool tech. And like that's the thing, I'm trying to like not do straight off attacking. I want to bring some interesting stuff, which Belly Drum actually very good versus him. Like, even though I said at first, like, yeah, right, like that's gonna beat Corviknight or something like that, I said those things, and then I really started thinking, and I looked it up, and it does beat those things. So I'm really hoping I can follow that game plan. Cal has been growing a lot, so I kind of need to like catch him off guard with this, is the thing. But I am expecting, the thing is, the things I'm expecting are Galarm, Lopunny, Corviknight, Victini, Primarina, likely, because Primarina is just good, and then either Flygon or Raichu, although I'm leaning more towards Raichu, because Jellicent is a pretty big problem to hit, and also Raichu has enough coverage to make it hard for my team. It gets Surf for Landorus. Lightning Rod does a lot to a lot of Pokemon. It can deal with the Rotom Heat with Surf. I think it gets Dazzling Gleam actually. So it also could beat my Latias. So Raichu is a big threat, honestly. Also, he just traded in for Raichu. I think he had Rotom at first. So he might have gotten it for me, I don't know. We're gonna have to see in the battle. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring those 6. But we're gonna have to see. This is gonna be a hype battle. So I guess I'll see you on the other side. Alright, and there we go. Let's see. Flygon makes sense. Most of these make sense. What did he... I was low-key kind of expecting Monkey, but it would make sense that he didn't bring it. But yeah, I expected both the Darm, the Victini. The Primarina is also scary. No Silvally and no Raichu. Raichu could have done a number to me. Jellicent is going to be a big deal here. I think we just have to go with the plan. But Okay. I think we just have to go with the plan and lead Cricketoon. Oh, this is gonna be hype. Okay. The plan, we lead Cricketoon, we get the webs, and we sweep with... Wow, okay, Sophie. Okay. We need to... Because if it's Curved Terminaton, it can't deal with Jellicent. If it's bent Terminaton, it doesn't outspeed Lando. Scarf Victini is scary, but if it V-creates, we do have Jellicent. I'm all like shaky about this. This is actually like the most hype game all season. I mean, he's not wrong. Okay. I'm really hoping Kel like respects me enough that he thinks I won't lead Cricketoon. If he leads Lopunny, I can actually protect on the fake out, which is pretty good. Yep. Okay, we protect here on the fake out. Uh-huh. Free and easy sticky webs. And honestly, I perish Song. Just in case he switches here. Okay. What? He only got one hit? Infestation here. Yeah, he does the U-turn. Okay, that's fine. If he goes Corviknight now, that's a free Rotom Heat. He does go Flygon. Interesting. I feel like Rotom's still really good. And we got a Wisp on this. Okay, good. Wait, I'm faster than this, which means it's bulky. Which is honestly good. Do I predict the switch here? I'm gonna predict the switch. Okay. He U-turns, which is clever. Smart, smart. Give me some of that HP back. I wish I brought rocks now, because that would have been a pretty big deal. Slow Flygon is good. It's also a good bring because it beats Volt Switch on Rotom. Intimidate doesn't work on this. We eat those. And I'm actually gonna sub up here. He switches. I get a sub up, which puts me in a very good position. He U-turned on me. Ooh, big mistake. Hyper Voice does pick up the KO here. Click toxic on this. Smart, okay. However, no. U-turns. Ooh, okay. I like where Cal is taking this. However, Chestnut is looking very, very good here. I could have hexed him there, but I didn't want to get toxic because Jellicent beats both Garm and Victini. He predicted that very well. He does go Mega Lob. Yo, give me that back. Thank you. Actually, grounding this could also be very good. He roosts actually. As he makes a very good prediction there, okay, I respect it. But what do you go on me is the question. I mean, I don't, like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. Hold up. Nice. Give me some more of that. Okay, hold up. He does U-turn on me. This is getting very scary, but if I can get Chestnut in on a positional Flygon, I still have a chance to sweep here. Well, I mean, I don't think this is max speed. Let me actually calc this. Because if this only show imported, only show imported set. Chestnut, Thunder Punch versus Corviknight, Uber Physical Defensive. Does 25 to 29. That's only a roll, so that's scary. Okay, hold up. This is it. This is gonna be the turn. He does, okay. Well, that is very annoying. I make the same prediction as he just U-turns. Okay, this is going out of hand very quickly. Hold up. He does Moonblast me. Okay, that's very good on his end. This comes in. I Volt Switch. He does go Flygon again. I think he has me here, which is pretty annoying. Okay, good. Ooh. Okay, that's actually huge. The Wisp Lopunny. The Toxic on this on Psy Shock actually. I am just gonna raw EQ because yeah, I can't risk that setting up on me. I think he just has me here. Yeah, he played that very, very well. I am gonna show off the tech. He played that so well. Like, damn. Like, this, I'm not even mad about losing to this. He really did well. Jesus, okay, that's kind of insulting. You don't gotta do that to me, man. Alright, but yeah, he played this very well. If I could have gotten a chestnut in a good position, I definitely could have won that. Because he didn't remove the webs at any time. Screens was also a very good bring. Yeah, he just did very well. I think I had a few turns where, for instance, if I hexed the Flygon on a trade for Toxic, I could have killed it, and that would have made my job so much easier. I definitely misplayed at some points, but all in all, he did well, and I just didn't. So with that, this was the most important thing for the series, for this season for me. So yeah, it's gonna be like, it's not that much left. This is probably gonna go like every other season, to be fair. But I still really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.